Running PC games on a tiny server board probably sounds like a terrible idea here, but this is the ZimaBoard 2, a small x86 board normally used for home servers, NAS builds, and self-hosting projects. But today, I installed Bazzite to see if this little machine could double as a gaming system, and surprisingly, it actually works. But before we get started, I do want to mention that the Icewell team did send this unit over for review. There's no sponsorship here, but they did offer a small discount code if you're interested in picking one up. So with that said, let's take a closer look at the hardware and see how far we can push it. Straight out of the box, we have the unit itself, and something I really like is that it includes power adapters for multiple regions. You got converters for US, UK, EU, and AU plug types, so the ZimaBoard 2 can be used pretty much anywhere. The included power supply is a 12 volts 3 amp adapter, and inside the box you'll also find a mini display port to HDMI adapter capable of 4K at 60 Hz. And another nice touch is that the box itself can be reused as a small enclosure to hold the board together with up to two 2.5-inch SSD drives. So even the packaging is designed with practical use in mind here. Taking a closer look at the hardware, the front of the board includes dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, two USB 3.1 ports, a mini display port 1.4 output for your monitor, and a barrel connector for power. On the side, we have a PCIe 3.0 X4 slot, which opens up some interesting expansion possibilities here. You could add a GPU, additional storage, or other PCIe devices depending on your project here. At the bottom of the board, we also have two SATA ports with power, which makes it easy to connect standard 3.5-inch drives. So overall, this board is clearly designed with flexibility in mind. For the operating system, I downloaded the ISO directly from the official website at bazzite.gg. I flashed the image onto a USB drive using Balena Etcher, which only takes a few minutes. Now, Bazzite is a Linux distribution built specifically around gaming. It's based on Fedora, but what makes it interesting is that it delivers a SteamOS style experience. So once installed, you boot directly into Steam, you get Proton compatibility for Windows games, and the whole interface is designed to be controller friendly. In other words, it turns regular hardware into something that behaves a lot like Steam Deck. Installing Bazzite is pretty straightforward. You simply plug the USB drive into the board, select it from the boot menu and follow the on-screen installer. The process takes roughly 15 to 30 minutes depending on the drive speed here. And the first boot takes a little longer while the system completes its setup in the background. Since the board does not include built-in Wi-Fi, I added a small TP-Link USB Wi-Fi adapter for connectivity, and for navigation during setup I used a small wireless keyboard, which makes the process much easier here. After installation, you simply log into Steam, update the system, and install your games. Overall, the setup process is surprisingly simple. When it comes to hardware inside the ZimaBoard 2, this model uses the Intel N150 processor. That's 4-core, 4-thread CPU that can boost up to around 3.6 GHz. For graphics, we got the Intel integrated graphics with 24 execution units running up to roughly 1 GHz. And when it comes to memory, it comes with either 8 or 16 gigs of LPDDR5 running at 4800 MHz. For onboard storage, the board includes either 32 or 64 gigs of internal eMMC, but realistically you probably want to install your operating system on a SATA SSD instead. And because this is a full x86 platform, it gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to software. You can run Linux distributions, server operating systems, or even Windows, depending on what you want to do with it. Once inside Steam, we can confirm that the system is running Bazzite version 43 and correctly detecting the Intel N150 processor. Now, when it comes to gaming without a dedicated GPU, expectations should be realistic here. This is not meant to be a full gaming machine. However, lighter titles can actually run quite well. For example, Celeste runs smoothly and feels perfectly playable on this setup. But I also tried Blasphemous, but in this case, performance was noticeably worse. It's possible this is related to system configuration or simply the limitation of the integrated graphics. Either way, heavier games clearly push the limits of this hardware. Where setups like this usually shine is retro gaming, so I installed EmuDeck, which includes Emulation Station as front end and provides a complete emulation environment. Lower end systems run perfectly, and on paper, even some PlayStation 2 games should be possible. In my test, I tried The Simpsons Hit and Run. Unfortunately, performance here was not great, with noticeable lag during gameplay. This could potentially be improved with further tweaking, but in its current state is not really playable. So while retro emulation is definitely possible, expectations should remain realistic here. So yeah, overall Bazzite on the ZimaBoard 2 is definitely possible. The system installs easily, the interface is smooth, and lighter games can run surprisingly well. However, without a dedicated GPU, this board clearly isn't designed for heavy gaming workloads. With that said, if you're already using the ZimaBoard for server projects or home lab setups, installing Bazzite could be an interesting way to experiment with gaming on the same hardware. If you're interested in checking one out yourself, links are available in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.